We'll start off with football fights. This was Mohamed Kudus against Spurs. Look at that, just slapping everyone.
You know what, we barely touched on that in our match review, but he had lost his head, didn't he?
Completely lost his head. And it was a shame for him because he was West Ham's best player by far.
Yeah, but this is literally what it was like. Literally, everyone who came in just getting in there, slapping their faces.
And I couldn't believe that the ref only gave him a yellow card, the same punishment as Van de Ven at that time. It's madness.
Crazy. I think a lot of it must have been born out of frustration because, the game had got away from him at that point. Now 4-1 down, and he'd played so well, and it's been all for nothing. And I think it probably boiled over at that moment for him. And I think you could see when the ref pulled the red card out, he knew, he had nothing to complain about.
Yeah. Trevor Basuma says, don't think Solanke is getting the credit he deserved from yesterday. Yes, his main job is to score goals, but his all-round play was brilliant. He is much more than just a goal scorer. His hold-up play and strength to get away from his defenders is incredible. And that's pretty much what I've been saying all stream. I mean, the guy, he's just fitted into this team so well, and he's so much more than just getting on the end of crosses and through balls and stuff like that. He brings so much more to the team.
Yeah, and I'm sure that will come with time, the goals and him getting in more scoring positions. But as long as he's providing this for the team, he's gonna be a massive asset to us. And I think Trevor's absolutely right. He was fantastic yesterday, and I think he's been fantastic in the majority of the games this season.
Tottenham tweeted this out yesterday saying, perfect build, perfect finish. And this was Yves Bissouma's goal yesterday.
Yeah, and as much as I think the other 3 goals were more transitional moments, this was a goal brought about through pure build-up, being patient, looking for the opportunities, picking the locks. And we did that brilliantly yesterday. And I think the pass that really made it was Son's pass in behind to a doggy that really opened up West Ham. But I think it's really important that we have this in us as well, not to just hit teams on transition, but also have a patient build-up and break teams down this way, because we have struggled at times, haven't we, to do that this season. But we showed yesterday we are capable of it, even against a solid defence like West Ham.
Absolutely. Tactics saying Kulusevski and Maddison in an attacking midfield role together sounds exciting, but West Ham exploited it in the first half yesterday. Credit to Ange for making the bold decision to replace Maddison at half-time. Sarr's introduction gave Spurs more of a defensive structure.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we've been saying. And it was a brave decision. It was a brave call, especially when we're not winning, to take off your biggest creator, potentially, anyway, and put on Sarr, who's, not the most creative. But it absolutely worked a treat.
Liv tweets out in Korean, it says, I can't believe Moore and Bergvall are only 1 year apart.
Yeah, I just love having a bit of banter with each other on the touchline. Absolutely fun stuff.
Simon Yemene says, a goal-scoring Bissouma has arrived. He already has 2 goals. 2 goals this season, 2 goals for his national team as well. Unbelievable.
Who would have thought this day would come?
I didn't think it'd come. I mean, he hadn't scored for 2 years in the Spurs.
And also, they've all been decent goals. I mean, yesterday was probably the weakest one, but, the Everton one was brilliant. Famali scored some nice goals as well, so maybe he's got his shooting boots.
Pape Sarr, 45 minutes against West Ham by numbers. 1 assist, 1 chance created, 19 out of 20 accurate passes. I thought it was 20 out of 20. 2 out of his 2 accurate long balls, 3 passes into the final third, 2 out of 2 tackles, 1 block, 2 clearances, 2 recoveries, 4 out of 6 ground duels, 1, 2 fouls, 1, and 1 slap taken like a champ.
That's the most important stat. Because, he didn't skip a beat when Kudus slapped him. Like, Van de Ven and Richarlison both went down like they'd been shot.
Richarlison didn't even get slapped. He just got nudged a little bit.
And Sarr got slapped right back in for it, he wasn't having none of it from Kudus.
Yeah. Sakshi saying, not Sonny giving Kudus the nastiest side-eye after his red card.
No, you don't want a side-eye from Son. You know you've done something wrong if you're getting that. Love that.
Look at this graph here. Billy T says we've created a monster, and this is Decky versus Premier League midfielders.
This is key passes per 90 and progressive runs per 90 as
well. Look, he's just out on his own.
Like, so far away from all the other midfielders.
No, the camera doesn't even get it. He's not even in the graph because our camera's over it.
Top right. Maddison's actually not terrible in this one as well. Key passes, he's quite high up, but progressive runs, not the best. Pape Sarr is there as well, but Decky is just out and away, so far ahead of anyone. Just shows how amazing he's been this season. I think it really does.
Ollie Davis says, when was the last time Arsenal dropped points and their fans didn't blame the ref?
Never.
I can't remember. I can't remember it.
Never happened.
They always just want to blame everyone but themselves.
Exactly.
Fucking unbelievable. Spurs web saying Dejan Kulusevski speaking to TNT. First half was tough because you cannot always be 100% physically. They did good and they scored, but when I scored, I knew we were going to win. When we played good, we are unbelievable, but we didn't. But we have to defend much better. The balance was not good enough. We have to improve that for the next game. When everything is clicking, we can score 4 goals.
Yeah, and I think he's absolutely right. Like, when we're in this kind of mood, we're a fearsome prospect, and we just got to keep this feeling.
Lee McQueen saying, this guy has been excellent since joining in the summer. The goals and assists may not reflect it yet. Watching him live, he is awesome. Well, watching him on TV, he's awesome as well.
Yeah, he's spot on. And I think, I don't know, was it just 3 goals and he got 1 assist for Brennan. So even the goal contributions are not bad. It's not a bad tally. It's obviously not the...
But everyone gets just, oh my God. Everyone just gets compared to Haaland now, though, don't they?
Exactly. If you're not on 20 goals by now, you're doing badly. But I think first of all, he's getting a good level of goals anyway. But it's his overall contribution is what's really setting him apart.
Yeah. 90 Min says Son reached 250 goal contributions in the Spurs 4-1 victory over West Ham. His importance to the side should never be underestimated. You heard that?
Absolutely spot on. Never be underestimated, because he is so effective for us. He's such an important player, and you just can't allow yourself to forget that, even when he's had a bad game or two. He's just so good for us.
Yeah. Ethan says, I know that was embarrassing, and this is Van der Ven completely bodying Antonio yesterday.
Love that. Showing a bit of strength there, Van der Ven, which is something which I think he needs to improve on, but showing there what kind of that he's still going toe to toe with Antonio there and bullying him off the ball. Brilliant.
VK says there's always a video. I'm not sure what this video is of.
Just read the captions.
Come on, get off of
Lee
that.
and the other guy saying they're going to go invincible this season.
No way.
The hardest game of the season.
He's saying, look, we've played City away and Spurs away and Villa away, so why can't we go to
Man City and not lost
Upstep Brighton. Bournemouth, I mean.
Exactly. They didn't see Bournemouth coming.
Yeah, so
Opportunities to go
unbelievable.
invincible. Is that what you're
The
looking
shame
at
on
now?
these people, man.
Come on,
The
get
next
off of
one
that.
says 4 centre-backs and 3 DMs. This is Arteta bin Laden.
Honestly, football terrorist.
Scroll down. Yeah, this one. Arteta bin Laden, man. He is committing football crimes, man.
100%,
I swear.
100%.
Hotspur report says Son Heung-min is world class and has been for years.
Yeah, I mean, that's not news, is it? We all know that. Come on. If you don't know that, then you don't watch football.
Joel Kim says Son Heung-min scores 123rd goal of his Premier League career. He now moves in a third way tie for 19th place of all EPL scorers list. He's now officially a top 20 scorer of all time.
Come on. Unbelievable. What, in the EPL?
Yeah.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Madness.
That's mad numbers.
Blue Deer says, this is Brennan. What do you reckon he's saying to Mohamed Kudus as he's
Get
walking off
you
the
idiot.
pitch?
Stupid. What did he say to Bruno? Get off, you stupid idiot. Or something like that. Well, Brennan's got this little bit of shit attitude about him now, doesn't he?
And you know what, with Brennan, like, whenever there was like a coming together or a player need backing up,
Yeah,
he was the
he's
first one to
you're
dart
right.
in there every time.
You're
And I
right.
think Romero had to calm him down yesterday in the scuffle when the Kudus got this red card.
Yeah, Brennan's got his confidence about him at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah. THSC Matthew said, bro predicted the next 3 games before it happened. Sitting on the sidelines, Mohamed Kudus.
Unbelievable.
This is one from Ping7 Nip saying it's, I don't know what that's supposed to, but that's just Son with the fans yesterday. It's a great picture.
Cold. Look at the fans doing his celebration with him. Oh, they're doing the heart celebration. Love that. And Son is loving it, taking it all in.
Next one, Carly says, everyone needs a support pigeon.
100%. We could all do with one.
Spurs Watch, this is Decky's game by numbers, most key passes, not game by numbers, season in against Premier League midfielders. Most key passes, first in Europe. Most progressive run, first in Europe. Most accelerations, first in Europe. Most deep completions, first in Europe. Most dribbles per 90 in the Premier League. And most offensive duels per 90 in the Premier League as well.
He's a monster.
Absolute monster. And just building a beast. Zara says, to be back on the pitch, it's always a joy. It's one of the things I love the most, and playing with my teammates in a beautiful stadium is one of my favourite things to do. And that was Sonny talking after the game yesterday.
Lovely to hear those words from Sonny.
Zara as well saying, my precious team, and Pape just, boxing on Sonny's back yesterday.
He's learning from Romero's love language. A bit of physical contact, love that. A bit of aggression.
Adam says everyone's eating, and look at these player ratings from yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know who this is from.
No, you know what? Is this not player ratings over the season? Because look, it says,
Yeah, you're right. This is player ratings over the season. So everyone's above a 7 in that starting 11.
Wow. And also everyone has a goal contribution.
Yeah, that's
apart from
right.
Vicario.
Unbelievable. We need to get Vicario an assist and then complete it.
Vicario something.
Ayudi says Kuti's a changed man, and this is the moment actually I was talking about where Romero goes running to Brennan to try and stop him. Brennan's reckless, mate. He's reckless.
Yeah, Brennan doesn't want to get himself sent off. Yeah, Kuti, and maybe it's the captain's armband giving that bit more responsibility. But
and you know what? We criticised. I heavily criticised his leadership ability after the Brighton game, but that's some leadership ability right there.
I think so.
Kayla saying this picture. You are kidding. Frame it now. That is a brilliant picture. Actually, that's the picture I used for the stream.
There you go.
Well,
oh, not this stream.
Well, this stream, but that's not this stream's thumbnail.
What a picture. Unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, the love they have for Son is brilliant.
Live score saying 250 goal contributions in a Spurs shirt for Sonny. 250 is mad.
In 416 games.
That's
as well.
mad.
It's more than one every other game. Much more. So fantastic. Oh, yeah, that's it. A goal or assist every 118 minutes.
Simon Yemene saying Son can't beat his man one-on-one anymore, and that's just him absolutely destroying Todibo.
Exactly. Todibo just didn't know where to go. He's literally off balance. Phenomenal dribbling, to be fair, from Sonny, and Todibo put in a pretzel.
Yeah. Alistair Gold saying that Son Heung-min chap seems rather decent.
Yeah, I think he's all right, isn't he? He's all right.
Bell says the parents are back, and that's Kuti and Sonny, captain and vice captain, embracing each other yesterday.
Absolutely. Unbelievable. Great to have the captain as well back on the pitch, and I think it makes a difference.
Denise is saying me liking all the Arsenal slander tweets from last night.
I think you need more phones.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, but that was so good. What a brilliant way to end the day yesterday.
Spurs Express saying Son Heung-min on Instagram. Yes, such an amazing feeling to be back with you all at home. An important win together, a top performance from the boys. Thank you for the love today, everyone. And it must have been a bit of a Sonny loving in the stadium yesterday, was it?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone was he got a standing ovation when he went off the pitch. Everyone was very much loving Sonny's performance yesterday.
Kuti Prop saying, when I'm in a loving Son Heung-min competition and my opponent is Kuti Romero.
And yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to win that one.
Blue Deer saying Sonny and little Sonny is Sonny and Pape yesterday embracing each other after the game.
Love that.
THFC Mika is saying anyone who hates Mohamed Kudus is a friend without introduction.
It's a bit harsh, but I'm loving that. I don't know if maybe we have that reaction anyway, but you see off the bench, you have all the coaches laughing at Kudus when they see what he did. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't hate Kudus. I just think he's an absolute idiot for what he did.
Mickey VD Ven says, Tottenham has too many laughing spoons. It's annoying because Vicario put on Instagram yesterday, today's man of the match was the hat.
Yeah, and I think he needed that hat because the sun was definitely getting in his eyes. It nearly cost us a goal even, but fair play to whoever got him that hat because we needed it.
Tottenham feed saying Sonny bumping into Kudus at full time, and this was Sonny going, all right, mate.
All right, mate. Love that. Absolutely.
Alice Talks Football saying, I'm a little jealous watching this Tottenham side. They have one of the most exciting projects in football right now. The squad is packed with young, top-tier talent, incredibly fast football, direct and thrilling to watch in possession. Their pressing game is relentless, and the real technical quality and unpredictability, all built around a pure focus of attacking football. While there is still room for improvement off the ball, particularly in defence, it must be exhilarating as a Spurs fan knowing that in their nearly every game promises goals and fast-paced action. Kulusevski has been a standout, thriving in the new 8 role. Ange has given him and reaching impressive levels this season. Solanke's hold-up play and talent have been added new dimensions to Tottenham's attack. With Tottenham players like Bergwijn, Moore and Gray yet to be fully integrated, the future looks bright, and there's every reason to believe that they will only get better with time. And that is unbelievable from Alice. That is a great, that really is a great explanation of where Tottenham are at the moment.
Gets me so pumped.
It really does.
Spot on. And that's coming from a United fan.
Yeah.
Although some speculate she's fully
Well, she did say on here on our stream that she wouldn't swap Ange for Ten Hag. I bet
True.
you would change that now.
I think so, probably.
Up to June says 20. Spurs official Heung-min Son has scored 20 goals in home Premier League London derbies, with only Thierry Henry and Harry Kane netting more in the competition, both on 30.
Wow, do you reckon he'll break it?
10 more, yeah, I don't see
10
why
more-
not. Why not?
10 more
He'll
North
break it
London-
this season.
Yeah, 10 goals in North London in the London derbies.
Well, he's got
So-
Palace coming up next, and I think he scored more against Palace than he has against any other team.
True, fair enough.
EPL Analytics says XG flow, and this was the XG flow of the game yesterday.
Yeah, and you can see we pretty much deserved it as much. Actually, West Ham, it says here they scored against run of play with the goal they scored, but as you can see, as soon as we got that goal, we just flew up, and they just had no answer to it. So, we absolutely deserve the victory.
Football Confidential saying a very happy Spurs squad. Yeah, I love these. Look at Vicario.
No, come on, he's pumped.
Look at
Absolutely pumped.
Vicario.
Love it.
Oh, brilliant. Bissouma. Mickey. Decky.
Such vibes.
Yeah. The vibes at Tottenham, when we win, are just unmatched.
Yeah, come on. Everyone's having the best time.
And there's Pape.
Oh, I love it.
Pedro. All right, let's move on. Son Heung-min yesterday. Look at that. Look
he's
at
shushing.
that.
Who's he shushing? Is it the way? Because he was actually doing it to the Spurs fans. So, because when we scored, he was in front of the Spurs fans when he did
Yeah.
it. So, is he shushing people who thought he was done? I don't know. Or it's just a natural thing to do. He just wasn't thinking, and he decided to shush.
Maybe
He's
he.
shushing West Ham fans.
I don't know. I don't know who he's shushing, but he's just shushing.
Just shush. Karma.
We are the Paxton says Tottenham played 8, conceded 8. Narrative Spurs are terrible at the back. Ange needs to be more pragmatic. Arsenal played 8, conceded 8. Narrative Arsenal have the best defence in the league. Arteta is a genius. Make it make sense.
Well, maybe we deserve more credit for the amount of goals we have conceded, because everyone there is right. It's the narrative. He's naive. He only has one way of playing, high line, all this stuff. The reality is, we're not really seeing the downsides to it too much. As much as, yes, we've conceded some silly goals, but in those games, the silly goals are not why we've lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So I think he's doing great.
Lee McQueen saying cup final not going so well. That away and emptied out
Yeah.
quick time
That
yesterday.
was empty by the hour mark.
Did
honestly.
Jason stay till the end?
I'll have to ask him. Probably not. I don't see him.
Ron says Pape Sarr is insanely underrated, even by our own fans. 4 goal contributions in all competitions, while mostly coming off the bench, let alone his insane work rate and energy he brings. And yeah, I mean, he did have a pretty poor pre-season, but he has been growing into this season really nicely.
Definitely. And yeah, we've been pointing out his improved performances of late. And it's great that people are starting to recognise it now.
Yeah. THFC Mika again saying Son breezing past his defender with ease.
Yeah, brought a tear to my eye.
This one is just they're trying to recreate the old Harry Kane.
But with Son, unbelievable.
This
Fantastic.
one, Lee White saying laughing my arse off. That was Van de Ven when he got booked yesterday.
That was his reaction, because he was like, he couldn't believe it. He's like, I should get a yellow card as much as Kudus could have won, ref.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
kind of what
That's
he's
what we
saying.
were all like yesterday.
Yeah, you can see the disgust on his face. Like, he's trying to hold it in, but he was not happy with the referee there.
THFC support, that's Brendan Johnson thing again. Next one is from the Spurs Watch saying no team have scored more goals than Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League this season. And that's still true going into the last 4 minutes of the Man City game.
Exactly. So, look, scoring lots of goals, not conceding that many. Fair play.
StatMuse saying James Maddison led all players in chances created yesterday, and he didn't even play the second half.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying. Like, that's why I was such a surprise that he got taken off, because I thought he was actually having a pretty good game. But look, Ange saw something and got absolutely spot on.
Spurs OTM saying Mohamed Kudus is going to need that seat for the next few weeks. He's going to play for the next 3 games. That is going to really hurt West Ham. Ben White, not the Ben White, says, quick update on this. Now 58 corners faced across 11 matches with just 1 goal conceded. That is mad. 58 corners conceded this season, only 1 conceded.
Yeah, and that's what he says. He says, feel like we can maybe put the corner narrative to bed now and not panic when the next one goes in.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I think we got a lot of shit for the goal we conceded against Arsenal. I guess because it was a high-profile game, and the whole narrative was, was so bad at corners, blah, blah, blah. That's the only goal from a corner we've conceded this season.
And you know what? Antonio and West Ham were trying to put Vicario under loads of pressure yesterday, and they didn't come close to scoring from a corner.
Yeah, we dealt with it.
Spurs pictures that go hard. That's Sonny. That is a hard picture.
Yeah, look at that. Looking up at the stadium, fantastic. With his hair slicked back. Love that.
Shelby showing Vicario running to the subs during the celebration to request a hat.
Here it is. Because you can tell, yeah, someone's in his eyes. He's like, come on, get me a hat, quick.
SBR saying they were fighting on the pitch. And the ones on the bench were giggling.
Yeah, this was them watching what Kudus did, and you can see the reaction of like when they see like Kudus put the hand in face, like this guy's going off 100%, and they're all giggling.
And Spurs Watch saying, "Have a good weekend, everyone."
Yeah, and I hope we all had a good weekend, because what a great weekend it's been for Spurs fans so far.
Yeah. And there's one last one to bring you, and that is Data MB on Kuti Romero versus Premier League centre-backs this season. First in interceptions, first in forward passes, first in progressive passes, passes into the penalty area second, deep completions second, passes into the final third, tackles fourth, and through passes fourth. So
Yeah, he's learned. For all the mistakes he's made, I think in general his performance there was not being bad. It's just, you know, those moments of concentration which have let him down.
yeah, which he needs to get better from in that aspect. But on the ball, I think he is having a really good season this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is it. There's more?
Yeah. Well, there's a few more.
Son Heung-min's game by numbers. 10 touches in the opposition box, 5 shots, 3 crosses, 2 chances created, 2 shots on target and 1 goal. It is good to have him back, and we've been saying that all week, haven't we?
Definitely.
XG philosophy, 2.21 to West Ham 0.98.
Yeah, and that shows we definitely deserved the victory, and we were dominant, and that's a reflection of that.
Squawker Live saying Son Heung-min's last 10 Premier League home games versus West Ham, 6 goals, 3 assists.
Jeez.
And they tried to put Mohamed Kudus ahead of Son in the combined 11.
They can't handle Sonny.
They tried to put Mohamed Kudus, and how well did that work out?
I mean, it's ever since that fan was like, you remember that a few years ago, that fan said something to him in the street, and you know, the next game he scored like from 30 yards against Manchester.
Yeah.
Ever since then, he just can't stop scoring against West Ham.
Absolutely. But that is it now, I think. From what do you mean? No,
There's a few more, I think.
I don't have any more here.
Yeah. You're looking at them.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Okay. HLTCO saying optics are a strange thing. Prior to the collapse at Brighton before the international break, Spurs have won 5 on the spin, scoring 13 and conceding 3. They fell apart at the Amex, and Ange was a fraud whose rigidity and refusal to tweak things would be his downfall. Today, they come from behind to win 4-1 with Maddison taken off for Sarr in a purely tactical call at half-time, which was followed by 3 goals in 7 minutes. In reality, they're a highly entertaining, energetic front-foot side who will have the defensive headaches but will win far more than they lose. I simply don't buy into the view that Postecoglou's career to date in a less fashionable leagues means he'll fail to succeed in England. At least he has the courage of his convictions.
Absolutely spot on. That's coming from a Palace fan as well. So, yeah, I think that's. I think he's read the situation well at the moment. That's how I think the majority of Spurs fans feel.
Ollie Thomas says, since when did Dejan Kulusevski become the best centre midfielder in the league?
That's what I'm talking about, Ollie, another Palace fan. This is what I was saying before. Dejan Kulusevski at the moment is so consistent. He's really developing into one of the best in the league in that position he is. It's just unstoppable in this current form. And obviously we want to see him do it consistently, but he is doing it consistently at the moment, and that's all we can say.
Up to Joe saying Premier League home wins after conceding first from the start of last season. Tottenham leading the way with 8, Villa, Man City, Man United with 4, and Arsenal, Brighton and Liverpool with 3.
I mean, it probably is because we go behind more than them, I'll probably say. But it's still good to see that we have a fight to, get back in the game.
Rune says Tottenham this season compared to last season in the same fixture. So we've got 13 points this year with 10 last year. That's a 3+. 18 goals scored, 17 last season. 9 goals conceded to 20 last season. That's a massive difference. Goal difference, we're +9 now. We were -3 last season. Expected goals is improved with 16.43 to 15.33 last season. And expected goals against is dramatically down with 9.06 this season and 15.2 last season.
Yeah, and what a difference it's made. And I know when you go game for game in terms of game week, it's maybe not as good because we had a great first 10 games. But if you go team by team, we're much better off so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Brighton and Newcastle last season were horrific in probably the goals against and expected goals against, because we conceded 4 in both those games.
Yeah, exactly.
Billy T says Vicario with someone Mark Noble never had, a cap.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Billy T.
Spurs OTM saying, me watching Kudus lose his head. We were just watching it back with our feet up. It was brilliant.
Fantastic.
Mari says, a big ovation for Sonny. He deserves it so much.
Yeah, and he did get a standing ovation yesterday, which I fully deserved after a brilliant performance after coming back from injury. And yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Spurs Express saying, no goal or assist today, but those who watch will know how strong of a performance he put in. Brilliant all-round player, and that is obviously big Dom Solanke.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Solanke, fantastic performance, and I think he's made a great start to life at Spurs.
Statman Dave saying, since joining Tottenham, Kulusevski has been directly involved with 36 Premier League goals. Son is the only current Spurs player who has scored or assisted more goals than him in that time.
Wow.
And that is a monstrous 77.
And that and I think as well that...
That's not surprising, though, because he's the one that's been there that whole time. Like, since Kudus, they're like, Maddison's only been there one season.
Yeah, I guess that's true.